Hey guys, we'll be starting soon, like in a minute or so. Yo, what's up? Yeah, let's start. Just a sec. So, what's up? Let's set up this music. How is the music? Is it too loud still? All right. Yeah, how you guys been? Yeah, let's find a clean chart and let's start over. I think you can use this one. Oh. Yeah, okay, let's clean this up. So yeah. Okay, last time we spoke, we were talking about this region, right? That's important for us, basically, right? Like huge support on 2021, and then finally price made another rally up until, until we just start the bear market, right? Basically, because if you think about that, if this was the big range, like from here to here, this was just a deviation, and then we start trading below to the range lows, right? So that's what we've been doing since last November, right? And the year opened here somewhere, and we've been downtrending. Actually, the first few months of the year we've been ranging. Now we started leaving that range, you know, and then we're now trading even below this range. So obviously our direction is down until proven otherwise, right? Because we didn't have any significant move except for this one, maybe. This is where people started getting bullish. This is where people got extra bullish, you know, like okay, this is the start of the new trend. But no, because if you look at the structure, we really didn't do anything significant, right? If you see, that was the level that was capping the market. We come there once, twice, 3 times, and then this is, I got bullish also. I was bullish here because that's a breakout. But we were talking about this area, how important it is that the price shouldn't come here right after the breakout. Because normally when BTC, and after 3 months of range, when it comes out of the range, it needs to run. It doesn't, if you break out from a range, you run. Like here, you break out from the range here and you run, and maybe later you come to test the range again, and you need to see that there is like a month's time here. But this just broke out and immediately retested. This is the sign of weakness. We talked about this. And then this broke in. Here we got the retest, and then this retest at least should cause us to move higher. But instead what it did was created lower low, and then finally sent back inside the range, which is the warning sign. Then, because then it means that this is the deviation. So the trend will still continue as it was before. This is just a trap for traders. I said I was bullish here. Why? Because this is a breakout, right? You cannot be bearish. You cannot think that this is a trap. That's not the right mentality. Once there's a breakout, you act as this is a breakout, but you watch for signals. What is the signal? You want it to run, right? You wait, you want it to run. It didn't run. And then it gave a lousy bounce after, and then got back in. Now we know that it's a trap. So set your mindset at the right direction, right? If you get a breakout, that's a breakout. It's not a trap. You cannot just think ahead, right? You don't know until it happens. We try to read the signs here. So what's happening here? Let's see. Let's state the facts. We're trading below this area, right? Which is a warning sign. It's not actually a warning sign because we already know that we're in a downtrend, right? So this is not surprising for us if it starts going down, right? It's no surprise. But so that until this is reclaimed, we cannot talk about these targets, right? Easy as that. whatever we do at this point would be assumption, which is like assumptions don't make money. So we need to see what is there, and we need to read the signs. For now, unless this happens, we don't talk about this area. What we're doing here is we're basically trading inside this range, right? Here is our territory now. This little tight range, super boring range. And let's go into details. So basically, let's do this. Yeah. So until either of this happens, there's no need to talk about these targets. There's no need to talk about these targets. We're just stuck here. That's our reality now. Okay. So and I can understand, you know, since we're trading below this level, you know, people calling for lower targets. Yeah, I can understand why. But then again, I'm telling you, we're inside this range. So let's break out to either side, then talk about the targets. Because you still don't know if it's gonna do this or that, all right? December, January. Yeah, tight range. It's gonna make a big move, but when? Let's go in, let's see. So I mean, when you get more closer, right? You have a closer look. You can see that tight range is, so we're basically operating inside this area, all right? Inside this area. Can't even take it here. This is the immediate range, like we are exactly trading here, and you see we're just losing the range right now. But then again, in a broader sense, let's open up, let's say daily or weekly. Okay, yeah, we can work with this. That's a broader range, right? Basically. So we're getting accepted below this range now. Are we heading for this low? Possibly. But what's gonna happen after? That's the important part. Because this is what we were waiting for. If you follow my tweets, see these lows here? They were just begging to be taken, this whole area. See, none of these lows have been challenged before. Price comes down to that level, doesn't take out this low. Comes down there, doesn't take out the low. Comes down there, but it doesn't touch these lows. But this one did. Took out all these lows. And normally, when something like this happens, we want to range reclaim and at least challenge these areas. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm back. So yeah, when something like this happens, usually we want to challenge at least these areas, because the same shit happens here also. See, these equal lows are begging to be taken, but price never made that move. I was actually waiting here for something like this, but we didn't get it. So yeah, this looks heavy, to be honest. This looks heavy, and you know, you cannot keep challenging the same lows and do this, challenge this low, challenge this low, and this means that this is a downtrend already, right? It's not just liquidity grab or you know, sweep. It's just proper downtrending market. So yeah, for these reasons, yeah, see how tight the range is. I mean, it just feels like it wants to nuke, right? But then again, let's check Ethereum. Look, Ethereum did even worse. It left this range already. But look, if you compare BTC to ETH, BTC is already here, right? Whereas Ethereum just is still holding the 2021 lows. So I think that the real shit will start after this. I mean, we're gonna see some serious downside on alts. At least that's how I see it. Because if you compare two charts now, ETH still hasn't lost this, right? But BTC did. And if this is catching up, right? I shorted this on Twitter. I shared it. I shorted here somewhere. I shorted yesterday, but shorted here again today. Yeah, around somewhere when it lost this level. Now I was gonna say this. I didn't like this either. Why? Because normally these kind of moves just end up doing shit like this. So that's not a place that I want to short actually. I want this to... There's nowhere here that, for example, I shorted here. There's nowhere here that I can add to my shorts. Because normally these kind of moves does this, and these kind of moves did do this. This is called what we call, you know, stairs up, elevator down. The same shit, but inverse. Because basically, when price coming down to these levels, it just consumes the previous supply and demand regions. So that's why when it finally breaks out, there's nothing to hold. There is no resistance or no support. You can find many examples like that, basically. Let me see if we can find a grind up and boom. Now, for example, we can argue that this can be, see, grind, and boom. I'm pretty sure we can find like this here. And then what you need to see is like these kind of moves, like move away, move down, move away. Not very close, very tight regions. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just being cautious here with ETH. obviously it doesn't look good, but still we can say that it's range bound, right? We can say that it's range bound like this. That was a deviation, got back into the range. This probably is the mid-range is somewhere here. Yeah. So it's actually, this was the big resistance level, support resistance level, and this became a deviation, and that's when I shorted. So my first target is here, which is the previous low. This one. At least, and if it starts breaking down, well, if it does this, for example, and if it comes up here somewhere and then gets back below, I'll short it again to even lower targets. If it holds, then maybe we can talk about longs. So, any question? I'll definitely take some off here. It's important to pay yourself in these situations. So GMT was a nice short today. These areas. But then again, let me see, for example. Let's see. See, for example, look, everything is at critical levels, right? This is at high time frame support right now. This was the initial breakout region and never tested until now, and we're just there now. If this is lost, then we go down. But we're there. Technically, it's still support, right? So many things actually are at pretty much same areas. Right, for example, this atom is also like that. Let me just bring a bigger chart. Yeah, I don't think that we need these things now. We just don't clutter the chart. That was for yeah, that's what we're interested in actually. See, this was the 2019 range, summer range. We broke out of it. I like to keep the ranges extended because they're usually respected at later levels. And you see we're trading inside this mid-range now. And we're still at the high time frame support. So now what makes me think that if ETH loses that level like that, this will follow, basically. Don't you agree? I mean, that's how I see it. That's a horrible chart, really horrible. I'm looking at this. I want me to look at shit like this. So any coins, for example, BNB. BNB is relatively strong compared to the other ones. BNB is relatively strong, but still, you know, it's below this level, which is like a key pivot point, right? Resistance here, support here, resistance here, let me do it in a different color so you can see better. Oops. Here. For me, that was the level for BNB, because as you see, support, so resistance, support, resistance again, flipped, big move up, held here pretty good, and then we lost it. And now it's acting as resistance again. So for me, this level still is key. If BTC does this, then we can talk about longs, you know, possibly here, or maybe even here. But too early to say that because we're nowhere near. What we're doing is basically just having a bearish retest at the previous key level. That's it. That's all we need to know. I mean, I feel like obviously more downside is very likely, but this is markets, you know, everything can happen. We just need to follow the signs again. We keep doing what we're doing. There's no need to call tops and bottoms. And also, you see, this short-term trend is lost also at this point. And now we're probably heading for here, if not here. I think BNB is a good gauge in the markets. Yeah, you can say, you know, if it loses here, then you can punt the short towards here. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Any coins you want me to look at? So what I would say, looking at all this, this guy's fucked. Yeah, again, this LTC is also at a higher time frame SR level. See how it reacted here. Resistance here, support here, and then finally breakout, retest, and the big rally started. So that's the breakout point. Also this. So yeah, these two levels. So basically, we're inside this range now. So now, I mean, I'm not really looking to position myself into big shorts. That'd be long-term shorts, let's say. Of course, I'm not talking about the size. I'm talking about I'm okay with scalps and day trades, but for swings, I'm not really comfortable right now because we're sitting at support, you know, on almost everything. So for example, this could be a short. Yeah, this I could short. Why? Because I know that this could be the next target, and we just lost it. We just lost the level. Actually, this was a good shot. When you have range levels like this, try to include these two. You know, treat them as zones, right? So don't just draw this level and wait. Take into consideration these wicks also. I always draw these as zones. You see these yellow boxes in my charts. Yeah, these are my SR levels. For example, in here, if I need to draw a SR level, I would draw it like this. We don't need it because we're not trading there, so it's just clutter. Yeah, this is good. This is a good shot. Ape, let's check Ape. I mean, Ape is Ape, you know, it's just... Again, this is like the Ape limit, let's say. In here, expect bounce. Below here, expect dump. It's a super obvious level. This was the level it should have held. It didn't. At this breakdown, retest, short. That will make a good short. So yeah, this probably heading towards here. Then again, let me see if you can find an area here, that the reason that it shouldn't go there. Let me see. You may argue that it may bounce from here at this level. What happened? Oh, I fat fingered it. Was it here? No, here. On the lower time frame, actually doesn't look too bad. As long as it protects this level. Then on higher time frames it looks a bit stretched. Yeah, I would need to see something at least and on the lower time frame to like at least a break of this, for example, and then maybe I'll look for longs at these regions. Like here. If it breaks this, then I will try a long towards like here and here. Yeah, let's see. Let's set an alarm here and then we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not really interested in these right now, personally. I'm more interested in this and ETH. And if you check ETH BTC, it's not that. ETH BTC. Yeah. actually this may be the time that it will show some strength against BTC, and you know, do something like that, and then so I'm watching this level now, decide on which one to long or short. I'm not really interested in longs right now either, but at least I will choose which one to play with. I'm waiting for this to resolve. I think this weekend also maybe some upside coming. We may have a green weekend. Because I mean lately we've been seeing it, but of course when you come all the pieces to, when you put all the pieces together, this is a good area, a good place for it to bounce. So if it does something like this and then creates this, for example, and that, it may push towards this level. That would give us some time, and alts will take a breath maybe, and that would happen in weekend and then mix on Monday. Just a theory, by the way. Just a theory. Maybe towards this area. This area also looks like good resistance. This area also looks good. Any other coins? Anything else? Any questions? Yeah, this was. This was before the 2022 came. I wrote this here when I shared this chart over here, probably before 2022. So if this, like something like this happened, then yeah. Oh, we get this funky deviation, got back in. Since then, this is bear market. So shall I continue with random charts? You guys are sleeping or what? Yeah, this guy showed some strength, basically. But then again, this is a big resistance here. I failed to... It's still, by the way, I think it's still looking relatively good compared to the other markets. It's still looking good. Yeah, the only problem is it's under resistance right now, but the structure-wise, it's still fine, right? Still fine. We also have this like trend line thingy here. So basically you can this is just basic chart pattern. You can just look for, you know, this breakout. It would also coincide with this range SR level breakout, and then maybe, who knows, Justin will pump his shitcoin. So this is the key level for let's put an alarm on here so we know what Justin is doing. What? Yeah, I mean, oops. Yeah, never got filled. I mean, if you look at it, it's still good, huh? It's still looking good. I mean, keep making highs. Only here there's a lower high, but you don't know. I mean, maybe it's gonna do that and create a new high. As long as we keep this level, yeah, like here. As long as we don't break down like this, I think it's fine. It's still looking good. For some reason I want to long ETH. This one, yeah. Yeah, this is steps up, but even if it is the steps up, it will fall like this, right? Towards here. So I'm just here, okay, yeah, this could happen still, but this happening doesn't change the fact that this could also be a high low. Yeah, but the elevator doesn't go all the way down like this. It just finds stop at places around here, like where it started, where the whole thing started. So it's not like, you know, elevators, stairs up and elevator down like this. Like it will stop somewhere here. Yeah, this could happen. Maybe something like this, you know, or maybe just nuke. I don't know, but that's good area for a bounce for me. See, it's proven itself in many occasions here, and I think this is the place it should bounce basically. Does it have to? No, but it wouldn't be super radical, you know, to expect a bounce from here. Shouldn't be too crazy, right? I mean, it totally makes sense here. But then again, if it starts trading below here, then we're probably gonna go much lower. So I just set an alarm here and wait. Yeah, it feels like it's gonna be a boring summer. But then again, it doesn't mean that, you know, that there isn't gonna be any opportunities. There will be, but in general, you see, this BTC range is just killer. You know, it's life-sucking, boring. It's like, I mean, the worst thing that can happen is this. People are afraid that BTC is gonna nuke, but they probably know what this shit was. Where is it? This shit. Here. Like tight range, months and months of nothing. Obviously that it's not the same time. This was 2018, 19. No, it was 18, 2018. That disgusting bear market. This was still fine. This was still okay, this part. Until here. This part was most boring shit ever. Nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. And it'll just... It's 2 months of nothing. Also, this was super boring. This area. Super boring. Again, 4 months or something. So yeah, these are the bad things. These are the almost half a year. I mean, as long as it moves somewhere, it's okay. But this is just... Your part of your soul dies. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I would like to see like big capitulation week towards these areas, and then finally start to recover. There is FOMC on the 15th, starting from 13th, I think. Let me see. I draw it here. These 2 days, 14th, 15th. So we're getting close to that also. Let's see where we're gonna be when this comes. People still trying to trade this shit. I really don't understand. Yeah, some people like getting scammed. This is the new Luna Terra Classic. This one, Lunk, oops, or Lun C. I don't have the full chart actually. KuCoin has the full chart because it has some price action over here also. I mean, I don't know. It's a brave people trading here. Luna is off the completely off Binance and completely out of KuCoin. This was KuCoin, this is Basti, and we'll see what they... And UST just hit all-time lows and now it's not tradable in FTX. We finally got the decoupling from stocks, but unfortunately it happened at the worst time, because this guy is rallying now where the whole crypto is going down. That's an untimely decoupling. Now, what we expect, for example, if it comes down here again, then that's a short, and probably more downside. So for now, I think this is a squeeze, but the only thing I'm watching now is we broke this. So is this gonna happen, or this, or we just gonna squeeze more, come down here? That's a deviation. And continue trading down, because we can all agree that overall trend is bearish, right? As you can see here, 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 here. So even if it runs towards here and nukes, still gonna be downtrend, right, in this structure. For now, I'm just looking at these highs because it left these equal highs untouched. So this is a level that I'm watching. I don't know if it has the fuel to go there. I'm not sure, but I'm certainly have my eyes on these. Yeah, because that's a really nice recovery, by the way. So what it does after is gonna be interesting to see. For example, if it moves a bit more and if it comes down, I would expect a reaction here maybe. But if it starts turning down from here, maybe here would be the reaction, and then we'll see what happens next. That's certainly interesting to watch. Have no triggers for now. This was good, this breakout. Now, unfortunately, crypto looks like this now. Yeah, this looks very heavy. All right, I think that's it. You know, there's nothing more to talk about. GMT is going to Ponzi town. Yeah, if it needs to bounce somewhere, I think this would be a good area to bounce. This area, let's say. Around here it must bounce if it's really gonna bounce. Otherwise, yeah, maybe higher time frames. This too. Yeah, maybe here would be a good area for a bounce. So I'm watching this now. I took this trade where here, I think somewhere here to here, then it made this. So I'm just watching for now. I need to understand if this is like a deviation again to trade back lowers, or we're making a lower high here to break higher. We'll see, because that was the China FUD, right? This one, I think this was the China FUD. China users banned. Let's see if it can somehow recover. Of course, if BTC starts nuking, so this is not gonna stay. It's not gonna stand a chance. This we were talking dollar index. We said that this was the weekly range that was in play. Here, deviation, support, breakdown, and now we're there again. So at here, if we zoom in, we just took out 2017 high here, and now going down. So the areas of reaction I'm expecting is first this one and this one, and I'll see after that. I was actually expecting this to move higher into this, into here. It didn't quite do that, but kinda did this. I think this is a good area for a bounce, or this. So these two I'm watching. All right, so let's go back to BTC and let's wrap it up, okay? Since you guys are not asking questions, I have nothing else left to share. Basically, let's wrap it up. As long as we're below here, I'm expecting this, possibly here. I don't know, we'll see, but step by step. Unless we trade above here, we're stuck here, right, in this range. If we just hold above, then we can talk about these targets, maybe this target. But I mean, if it starts rallying, I think this is gonna be the first big resistance, let's say. I don't think it's gonna rally directly to here, but if it does, that's my resistance point. As you can see, I mean, it's a very good level, very good level. So yeah, I think this is where we're at right now. We're range bound, below here, lower targets, above here, higher targets. Just playing your trades according to this. You'll be fine. Alright guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me on this Friday night. And please drop a like or something, you know, if you like the content. And I'll try to make these a regular thing in every Friday. Alright, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.